Hey y'all, so good morning. I am sitting outside this morning for about an hour before I get into my studying. Gonna probably do reading comprehension section today, time section, see how that goes. But what better way to kick off reading comprehension drilling than reading? I just read about an hour, 45 minutes before, just to kind of get my head in the space to read. As you can see, I'm reading 7 Days in June right now by Tia Williams. Hence the title, 7 Days in June. I wanted to finish reading it in June, but that didn't happen. So I'm reading it, and it is August 1st, but I'm about halfway through with the book, so I should be done with it before the end of this month. I really want to try to get another book in this month. My goal is at least to read 3 to 4 books this summer, so doing that would put me at my goal, because I already read The 5-Year Plan, I believe, by Rebecca Sturrell is her name, and it was a really good book too. So that's what I'm doing, and I will check in with y'all I guess after I finish doing the reading comprehension section. So I am back. I just finished doing timed / kind of not timed, but majority of it was timed, reading comprehension section, as I said in the last clip. It was 27 questions, and I did the reading comp passage from test prep 62. And I just did my review to see what I got right, what I got wrong, and I did actually pretty good. I got 16 out of 27, which is more the range that I am normally scoring on reading comprehension. But these last few times I did reading comprehension, it just wasn't giving what it was supposed to be giving. But I think that the major difference today is that, I really was not focused on the time as much. Yes, I had my timer set for the 35 minutes. And I actually got to the last passage and was reading it when the timer went off, and still had the questions to do, which I think was 6 questions left. And obviously, I just continued to take my time on that last section or whatever, and not let the fact that the time was out bother or make me frustrated about the process. But nevertheless, I feel really good about today's study session. I also just want to say that whoever created this reading comprehension section, topics for test prep 62, y'all wrong. You're wrong, because why did it start out with talking about earthquakes and geology and fault lines? It was giving me PTSD back to geology when I had to fulfill my science requirement, and I'm like, huh? Why? And and then the second one was about actually some legal stuff, which was interesting. It kind of gave me a little feel to keep going. It was talking about courtroom processes, and how basically sometimes medical, when people have to present in personal injury cases, they have medical illustrations, but they also have outsourced illustrations, and just kind of what are the differences between those, and which ones should be admissible in court and which ones should not be, and that kind of thing. So that was cool. That was the second passage. And the third passage was the compare and contrast passage, and it was ultimately talking about tooth decay. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, it gets very random. It was talking about tooth decay, and from all these different indigenous populations decades and years ago, and how their agricultural diet versus hunter and gatherer diets, how does that contribute to tooth decay? So that was the third passage that I had to read, and that was a compare and contrast one. And I actually did really good on that section. I got 4 right and 3 wrong. And then the last one was the one that I was really dragging on, but it was about, in short, it was about a lady who was being compared to other authors and novelists who wrote about being like domestic women, and she was seen as, this particular woman that they're talking about in the passage was seen as like an outcast, or like kind of like different from others in that category of domestic fiction, because she didn't talk about like childhood or like having kids or like child rearing and that kind of thing. So yeah, that was ultimately what today's study session looked like. 27 questions. I kind of took about 45 minutes roughly, because like I said, I got to that last passage and my timer went off. But today really helped, I think, because I focused more on, you know, accuracy rather than time constraint. And I think that that's just really what I have to do, focusing on the reading comprehension section, being that it is my strongest section, so that I can get all those points and all those coins when it comes to test day. Okay, we don't want to leave no chips behind, period. So yeah, today is August 1st, and I did, like I said, a timed reading comprehension section, and my goal is to do three sections within a week. So I have my first one knocked off, and today's Monday. So yeah, I will see y'all in the next one, or the next update. All right, y'all, so what's up? So I am back. The last time I recorded for this video journal, I believe, was August 1st. It is now Monday, August 14th. I have studied since August 1st. I just didn't really feel like recording, and kind of got into the moment of like working on the problems and stuff, and did not record. So I actually studied 2 times since August 1st. And yeah, I'm getting back into the swing of things today. It is Monday, August 14th. I've had some coffee, which was much needed. I had some oatmeal this morning. And yeah, I'm about to right now try to tackle doing another analytical reasoning section. And then I'm gonna try to maybe do 1 or 2 of the logic games that is in the as y'all know, I may have said this already before, or may not, but I am working in all the test prep books that I bought, which are all official from Lsat, and they all are official Lsats that have been administered in the previous years. So it's great practice, and I really enjoy practicing hard copy rather than on the computer. What today's game plan is for studying, and I'll check back in when I'm done. All right, y'all, so I just finished doing, to be honest, I'm not super happy about how I did on this section. I got 8 out of 25 questions right yet again, and the highest I've been able to score like doing these like drilled sections has been 12 out of 25, and that's kind of really where I want to be. I of course would like to get more than 12 out of 25 questions right, but like in terms of my progress and where I am and how much I'm studying, I think being in the 12 to like 15 out of 25 range is definitely where I want to be more so. Going over this section, there were ways when I'm going through the answer choices like A, B, C, D, E, I go through and I mark what I feel like my you know, second answer choice, or the one that I'm kind of really stuck between, could potentially be. And yeah, a lot of the times when doing this review, like that is exactly what's happening. So I'm gonna kind of show y'all that, just so y'all can see kind of like what my dilemma is and what keeps like not preventing me, but what is essentially preventing me from getting consistently like 12 or like 15 questions right on this particular section. So I'm gonna show y'all that now. Excuse my little eraser clippings. So question 9 is a great example of what I'm talking about, so I'm going to read that and kind of walk y'all through how I would do it myself. So question 9 reads, Robert, the school board is considering adopting a year-round academic schedule that eliminates the traditional 3-month summer vacation. This schedule should be adopted since teachers need to cover more new material during the school year than they do now. Samantha, the proposed schedule will not permit teachers to cover more new materials. Even though the schedule eliminates summer vacation, it adds 6 new 2-week breaks, so the total number of school days will be about the same as before. The question stem is, which one of the following, if true, is a response Robert could make that would counter, so would oppose Samantha's argument? So I identified this as a strengthening question. So what is a response that Robert can make that would strengthen his arguments in counter to Samantha's argument? So I read all the answer choices A, B, C, D, E. I arrive at basically C and D, and I am pretty much stuck between those two answers. So the answer choice I chose was that in school districts that have adopted a year-round schedule that increases the number of school days per year, students show a deeper understanding and better retention of new material. And then the correct answer, which as you can see here, I always put a dot where I think my second answer is, and then the actual check what the correct answer is, so that when I go back and do the review, I know which is the right answer. So the correct answer reads, teachers spend no more than a day of class time reviewing old material when students have been away from school for only a few weeks, but have to spend up to a month of class time reviewing after a 3-month summer vacation. So the difference between C and D, and why D is the correct answer, is because it actually talks more about the fact that teachers will get more time back in order to prepare for students learning new material, rather where C just kind of only focuses on the fact that students are going to show a better understanding and better retention with the new adopted schedule. So ultimately, I think D's answer choice is what strengthens the argument of Robert more, which is that teachers need to cover new material during the school year. And so answer choice D says that this would allow them to actually do that, in fact. Hey y'all, so what's up? I am back. Today is August 17th, Thursday. And I am about to do a reading comprehension section. I'm honestly not looking forward to reading. I already kind of see what some of these topics is about to be, and I'm not really looking forward to it. But I haven't done the reading comp section since like last week. I've been doing a lot of analytical reasoning sections, so I'm going to try to tackle that for today, and then I'll come back and let y'all know how it went. Alright y'all, so I just finished doing a timed reading comprehension section. I set a timer, of course, for 35 minutes. It's 27 questions. I literally got to the last passage. I had like 4 or 5 questions left and the timer went off. So still working on, trying to get the time down or whatever. But as of right now, I'm going over the review. So I just wanted to kind of like film me doing that so y'all can see what that looks like. But yeah, so within these test prep books from the official Lsat or the official Lsat prep test, there is an answer key for all of the sections. Right now I'm on the comparison passage. Let's see, 7 is D, so I got that correct. 8 is B, I got that right too. 9 is A, that's correct as well. 10 is C, okay, I got 10 right. 11 is B, I got that correct. And 12 is D, and I also got that right. So I just got the whole section, this whole comparison section. I got all the right questions right on the first try. Don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. Okay, let's keep going though. So 13 is C. I did not get that. So I was also telling y'all that like when I go back and I review, I put a check by the correct answer and still mark the question wrong so that I can go back and review it. 14 is E. Okay, didn't get that one either. 15 was removed from the scoring in this book. I don't know why, so move on to 16. 16 is D. I got that correct. 17 is E. Okay, did not get that one right. 18 B, A, C. This is supposed to be B. I put A. It's supposed to be C. I put B. 19. Oh wait, no. 18 is B. 19 is A. Not C. A. And then last passage, 20 C. Oh, didn't get that one either. Boo. 21 is A. Damn. 22 is B, which is what I thought it was, but I didn't follow my first mind. 23 is A. 24 is B. Got that correct. 25 is 25. 24 B. 25 is A. 25 is C. And then 26 and 27 is D and D. And I got both of those right. Alright, so let's see what the total up is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I got 15 out of 27 correct, or 15 out of 26 correct, because there was actually not a question 15. Which, like I said, is good. I don't know, like, I just want to start unlocking like 20. And as I said, when I studied on Monday, I keep doing this thing where I'm like second guessing myself. And that definitely happened today on question 10. No, not question 10. It happened to me today. Which one is it? I don't know. Oh yeah, it happened to me basically with question 22. My second answer choice that I had in my mind was B. I was torn between B and D, but I mean B and E, excuse me, but I chose E instead. So yeah, could have been more, but I'm feeling really good about reading comp. Baby, them passages, Lord. But I've really like kind of just come accustomed to the fact that most of the passages are going to be talking about something's going to be about law, something gonna be science or scientific, something's gonna be philosophical, or like coming from some ancient time period or something like that. So yeah, I feel pretty good about it. Also being the fact that most of it was timed. Of course, like I said, those last like 5 or 4 questions in that last section, I did not get a chance to, you know, complete those within the allotted time of the 35 minutes. But yeah, so that's today's wrap up. 15 out of 26 questions correct. And if I hadn't second guessed myself, I could have had more. But I know that we will be successful on test day. So that's the faith that we're moving forward with. And we're going to keep the positivity and the vibes going. Yeah, we just gotta get this logic games together, y'all. Gotta get this logic games together. Hey, y'all, what's up? It is Tuesday, August 22nd, and I am checking in for my study session today. I am going to try to follow along with a logic game section that I tried to previously tackle, but was struggling with a YouTube video here that's kind of gonna walk me through how they set up and answer some of the questions. Plan for today. Check back in later. Alright, y'all, so I am back after doing the logic games, kind of like follow along with YouTube. I was working in prep test 64 on logic games 2 and 3. Yeah, I did not really understand enough to complete the questions, but I was really just mainly focused on working on how to set up the more difficult logic games. So that was what I did for like the first hour and a half, and then the second hour and a half today I drilled an analytical reasoning section, timed, so 26 questions, 35 minutes. And yeah, my score was 11 out of 26. Still not where I want to be, but it's better than the 6 or 8 that I was scoring initially. Of course, there were similar situations of me second guessing myself and not following my first mind, which I got to do better about that. I know that it's literally one of like my biggest flaws. But oddly enough, like, I don't know, I think analytical reasoning is starting to become one of my favorite sections. Like reading comprehension, I love it because yes, most of the answers are going to be in the passage, and it's not like where like you have to kind of like try to put things together really on your own. If you just pay close attention, like you can grasp it because it's in the passage. But I don't know, with analytical reasoning, it just really makes me think a lot, and I think I'm getting better at them, so that also is like helping my confidence. But yeah, so that was pretty much today's study session. In some yeah, I am really trying to focus on logic games moving forward, once I start back working with my personal coach, and just really go from there. I feel more confident about taking the test in the sections reading comp and analytical reasoning, but for logical reasoning, specifically logic games, it's just like, man, this is hard. Like, this is hard. Yeah, and although like I feel at moments like discouraged about the fact that for some people logic games is the easiest, like I cannot compare myself to other people because I'm not other people, you know. So just trying to remind myself of that and stay focused on the end goal, the Juris Doctor, and know that all of my hard work will not be in vain. So yeah, that's today, and I will check in with y'all on the next one. Hey y'all, so what's up? Today is Monday, August 28th. I am just checking in to let y'all know what I'm going to do today for my study sesh. Over the weekend, I had some time to meet with Jay Cuts, my tutor, and we're going to be focusing on timing and seeing where I am with my time. Since it's been about a month, 2 months since I started kind of practicing with him and on my own. So I am about to do a timed reading comprehension section and really paying attention to how long it's taking me to answer one question, and then how long it's taking me to answer questions within a section, as well as when there's like 4 to 5 minutes left within that time, the 35 minutes for this section. How am I feeling? Am I feeling confident? And how I'm doing in the section so far, and if not, like trying to identify why that is, how many questions I have left in the section at that point, and kind of going from there. I will also likely be doing some logical reasoning and logic games, untimed practice, just so that I can try to get back into the swing of attacking those problems and once again building my confidence with those. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. It is August 28th, and I will check in once I'm done. Also, your girl got her matcha this morning because it's definitely needed, okay? Little pick me up before we get into the groove. Okay, so I just did a reading comprehension passage. Like I said earlier, I believe, like, we are working on my timing, and really trying to focus on accuracy rather than achieving answering all 27 of the reading comprehension questions. So basically, I am taking note of how long it takes me to complete each question within a set passage within this section. And ultimately, my tutor and I just talked about how for this go around, I attempted 22 questions, but I got 11 of the 22 correct. So it's basically like 50%. But I think it's really because I was rushing to try to get to that third passage rather than really just focusing on the first two sections or the first two passages within the reading comp section and trying to focus on accuracy. I also think because I was timing myself, I was definitely looking at the stopwatch, and I could see that I only had like 10 minutes left, and I was like, okay, in 10 minutes I can try to like read and do like 3 or 4 more questions. that's really dead. So I just called him, we talked, went over what I did this first half, and I am about to do another reading comp passage and try to just focus on accuracy rather than trying to answer all of the questions within the 35 minutes. See how that goes, and then I will come back and check in. Okay, y'all, so I did a second reading comprehension passage, timed, and actually was able to record each question and how long it took me to complete the question. I did terrible. I mean, terrible. I really thought I was doing something. Yeah, let's just say that out of like 19 questions, I only got like 3 or 4 right. And I mean, I'm going back and I can definitely see why I got some of them wrong. Some of them were just me second guessing myself, but for a lot of them, I think I was just completely misinterpreting what the passage was saying. So yeah, I don't really know what that's about, but I definitely do want to keep paying attention to my time on each question, because it is giving me a scope of like what types of questions I'm good at, what's my strong suit in terms of the question stems and stuff like that. Yeah, I started out doing the comparison passage, thinking that would give me an advantage, but I literally got all of them wrong on the comparison passage this go around, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all 6 of them. So I really don't know. And then I attempted to do 2 other sections, but I did not feel rushed like how I felt when I was doing the first one, and I ended up doing better on the first one. So I don't know, maybe I was too lax, maybe that was a part of the problem. Yeah, that's where we're at right now. After that, I'm probably going to just wrap up my studying for the day, and I will pick it back up. I have an internship now, so Tuesday and Wednesday of this week I will be in the office at the internship, but I will probably pick back up on Thursday. So yeah, Thursday gonna be ready. Hey y'all, so what's up? Today is August 31st. It is currently 1:46 p.m. I am just now about to start my study session for the day. It's gonna probably be a short one because I have a meeting at 2:30 and I'm trying to do one time section, focusing on reading comp and doing the timing as I was doing before that meeting starts at 2:30. So I'm going to do that, keeping track of my time per question, still focusing on accuracy rather than trying to complete all 27 questions within the section. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today, and then once I'm done, I'll come back and check in as always. Okay, y'all, so I just finished right before my meeting. It is literally 2:26 p.m. The meeting is at 2:30, so I need to try to do this really quickly. But just a debrief. So I actually attempted to do 10 questions in 35 minutes. I was not trying to do all 27 questions, just to see, like I said, focusing on accuracy rather than trying to do all the questions in the section. Out of those 10 questions, your girl got 8 right. So that's actually a huge improvement from what I saw the other day. I really took my time setting up the passage and the questions, as well as really giving myself, if necessary, 2 to 3 minutes on the questions that I was struggling with. Yeah, so I think that yielded something really good based on this like exercise dealing with the time. I am going to talk it over with my tutor after my meeting because I don't have time to do it beforehand, because I have less than 2 minutes really to log onto that meeting on Microsoft Teams. But yeah, so that's just the recap for today's brief study session. And this meeting that I'm about to go into now is about getting some more edits and advice on my personal statement and my diversity statement. So yeah, your girl is just, we knocking it all out at different times and trying to spread it out, but we're gonna get it done. So yeah, that is today's study sesh in a nutshell. So I'll see y'all in the next one.